Midnight had passed, and the intoxicated madness kicked in. We could only crawl along Shalva District's main street toward downtown. The city's heart beat differently. Ancient buildings were defaced by neon signs and billboards, like half-drunk lovers on a fine leather sofa. Great old houses neighbored by garish modern blocks. A place that makes the head hurt. The Tsar's huge neon sign was visible for miles. A blazing red sign advertised tonight's main attraction, the amazing Natasha. Cops were never welcomed at places like this. I hoped we were too late for the show. We had to be inconspicuous, but it was never easy with this bird mountain by my side.
Ah, so this is the famous Tsar Club.
More like infamous, Marty. It's not for our kind, that's for sure. And I don't mean that they don't like foul here.
Well, at least we don't have to be afraid that they see you as a detective, Boss Bird.
Very funny, Marty.
So what are we gonna do now?
We find Natasha, the broad who sent me the message, remember? But first, we need to get into the club. And Marty, please, don't monkey this up.
Excuse me? On behalf of the well-respected and noble primate community of Clawville?
Cut the crap, Marty. Let's focus on what we're here for, okay?
As you say, Boss Bird.
Well, Sonny and Marty seem to have a track record of finding trouble wherever they go. Okay, so let's take a look at this wonderful looking scene. We got Louis here and the stork lady. This is the entrance. When we got a ram bouncer, I guess. Here it says Tsar Club Grand New Year show tonight. Same poster that we saw on the flyer before, which makes sense. There is the sign. The club's name is clearly visible here, and the sign says, "The wild new show tonight, my city is on fire." Damn. So I'm assuming that this "my city is on fire" is a reference to the event in the history that we read about, where the whole city, or at least a big part of it, had burned down and had to be rebuilt in some ways by the wild gentleman, as we saw in the paintings in Sonny's office. Okay, in the sign it says parking only 7 p.m. to 6 a.m. and it seems like here we have advertisement tower. I'm losing my voice, but what does this beauty tell us? It shows us the Tsar Club advertisement. And on the other side there is Moonlight Boulevard, a Clawville story. Okay.
I like this.
Why is that?
I don't know. 'Cause it's moving, I guess.
You're a simple bird, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Oh, Marty, you're amazing. Nothing else to see here. So let's take a look at the poster.
You know, seeing this, I can't wait for the show.
The girls?
New Year's Eve's once a year, right? And we're not on duty.
Have I asked how Laura's doing?
Whoa, hey, I was just kidding, okay? My relationship with Laura is unwavering, like the rhino beauty on this picture.
Interesting taste you've got.
Feathers, scales, or dermal armor, a lady's a lady, my friend.
Thank the wild gods for self-sacrificing gentlemen like you.
Oh, Marty. Well, nothing else to look at here either. Fancy car.
Whoa, look at that. Isn't that the new...
It is, Marty. A brand new 942 Silver Hawk. Haven't seen such beauty since I left Iveria.
Of all that's furry, whose is it?
Maybe it's Ibn Wessler's. I guess he's no paper tiger.
Yeah, he sounds like a fellow who drives around in one of these. Lucky bastard.
Oh, if Ibn's here, we should avoid him as much as we can. Natasha didn't want him to know that we were investigating this case, so we should keep that in mind. Let's talk to Louis first, because he, for some reason, is here. Or, well, let's look at Louis first.
Hey, that's your old friend, right? Wait, what was his name? Lawrence? Lamar? No, Liam.
Lewis. Yes, it's him.
To be honest, Sonny, I always thought that guy's not all there in the head.
Nobody's perfectly sane in Clawville, Marty. But if not for this old rabbit, I wouldn't be here today. I'll never forget that.
Should I thank him for that?
Or kill him for it.
You're reading my mind, boss.
Okay, so couple of things I have to mention here that I began to think when I was editing the first episode. And I was thinking about the relationship that Sonny and Louis have. Or Louis? I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but that's not important here right now. Because Louis is Sonny's landlord, basically. Louis and Sonny, they both live in that big-ass hotel, which is empty. There are no other tenants but Sonny there. We are living in this city, and times are dire, and I bet there is need for affordable housing. And Louis is owning a property of this size, but not getting any financial benefits from it. So what's going on in there? Something feels odd here. I don't know what it is, but this seems like a way too good of a deal for Sonny. Right? I mean, Louis came immediately when Sonny called and asked for help. Sonny trusted Louis to take Miss Ibanez home safely, and they clearly have a connection here. I mean, Sonny did tell us that he values Louis as a friend, and that Louis is very excited about detective stories, so I guess he might be interested in hearing what kind of cases Sonny is working on. But, like, why precisely? Like, what's going on? Is he gathering somehow? Could he be gathering information? Am I reading too much into this? Is this just, like, stupid speculation? What do you think? How do you see Louis as a character? Because I'm wondering many things here. Sonny has way too good of a deal going on, and something smells fishy here. Let's take a look at Stork Lady next.
Honestly, I think these types of women only see faceless tuxedos, cufflinks, and wallets. And in the mirror, they're just brooches, necklaces, and earrings.
Don't be so radical, Marty. They're women. They live by different rules.
That was kind of deep.
It's not. Just bullshit. There's more where that came from.
Ooh, teach me, master.
When you're old and wise like me, you'll realize none of it is worth a damn thing.
Wait, that was deep again, right?
Maybe it was, Marty. Maybe it was.
Amazing.
Sheesh. our roosters are making assumptions left and right. They have had something to say about nearly each character they have encountered so far. Wow.
Jeez, look at that guy.
That's not a guy. That's a demon. Straight from the dog-eared pages of a cheap detective novel.
Yeah, I bet his name's Bill.
Nah, he's definitely a Bob.
$5 for Bill?
Okay, I'm in.
Okay, so what do you think, Bill or Bob? We've looked at them, let's talk to them.
Howdy, pal.
Gentlemen, how can I help you on this wonderful, chilly night?
We're expected in the VIP lounge.
My apologies, but I don't remember ever seeing you gentlemen here before. May I ask?
Stop right there, big guy. I get it. Yeah, I know exactly how this works. So what do you have to do to get in?
Nothing's easier, sir. Are you on the list?
The list? Yeah,
Don't tell me you forgot.
I'm afraid I did, Marty. Sorry, big guy, but I'm pretty sure we're not on the list tonight.
That's a shame. I'm really sorry, sirs. In that case, you can't come in.
Yeah, right. Thanks.
My pleasure, gentlemen.
The voice acting in this game is amazing. I love it. Can we just go in?
That fella's built like a brick shithouse. I don't think we'll be able to just sneak past him.
Wanna bet?
Not today, Marty. Remember, we must avoid suspicion.
Okay. No trouble. I get it. It's okay, Bertha. Maybe next time.
What was that?
Nothing. Just the wind.
Did you bring Big Bertha with you?
Gods, no. What are you thinking? What idiot would bring a shotgun to a club?
Was that a rhetorical question?
Yes, we got Bertha with us. Amazing. Aviria, a country inhabited exclusively by birds. It's a picturesque modern place governed by a democratic parliament. It's bordered by 2 seas and its economy is built mostly on air transport, commerce, and its aerial military. The country is on neutral terms with almost every other nation, and except for the Great Mid War, had kept this standpoint all throughout known history. So we cannot get in from there. Oh, newspaper stand.
Do you remember when the Clawville Chronicle was a really high-quality newspaper?
You mean when they wrote something about us daily?
Yeah. What exactly happened to them?
Well, they got bored with us, Marty. And to be honest, so did I.
But still, here we are working together again. Funny, huh?
Yeah, hilarious.
Okay, let's take a look at the Zor Club sign.
One day, neon signs will cover the whole world, I'm telling you.
You read that in some kind of science fiction book?
No, it's just what I think.
Oh, so you have your own thoughts now. The world's really moving forward.
Cluck off, Sonny.
Oh, Sonny, no need to be so rude. Okay, so can we get in some other way? Could Louis help us get in somehow in one way or another?
Sonny, my dear friend.
Hi, Louis. This is my partner. But I'm sure you already know.
You have no idea how happy I am to meet you, Mr. Marty. I'm a big admirer of your work.
Pleasure's all mine, Lawrence.
Lawrence? Anyways, so, the legendary Chicken Police back together? Isn't it amazing news?
Don't ruffle my feathers, Louis. Those days are long gone. We're just here for the entertainment. Or something like that.
I see. That's a shame.
See you inside?
I have something to do, my pal, but I'll try to make it for the main event.
Okay then. Catch you later, pal.
Okay, so, how can we get in? Let's quickly take a look at our map here, just to make sure, are there any other places available for us? No. Perhaps, I mean, have we taken a look at everything here? I think we pretty much have, yeah. How about Louis? Can we talk to Louis some more?
Look, Louis. That bouncer over there.
Well, yes. He is a bit intimidating, but his manners are impeccable. Am I right?
Yes, indeed. But it seems tonight we're not on his list.
Oh, I see. Oh, I get it. I get it. You'd like to go in, but he won't let you.
Yeah, something like that.
No, no problem at all. Come with me. I'll talk to him.
Much obliged, pal.
Yeah, thanks, Bunny.
Excuse me.
Ah, jeez, what the hell's wrong with you, Marty?
What? Did I say something wrong?
Okay, so let's go and talk to our bouncer. Oh, we can ask some questions from them, but let's talk to them first.
Sir, how'd you do?
Everything's fine, Mr. Ayworth.
Good. Look, this noble pair of pigeons are my friends. They're on the list, okay?
Naturellement, sir.
And as for you, you owe me one, gentlemen.
Thanks, old pal.
It was my pleasure to help you, as always.
Well, that was surprisingly easy. I guess now it's time to ask questions from the bouncer. Let's ask about Louis C. Hayworth.
Say, big guy, you know Mr. Lewis Hayworth?
But of course, Mr. Hayworth is an impeccable gentleman, and also a frequent visitor of the club.
Is that so? Good to know. And?
I'm afraid that is all, monsieur.
So it seems that Louis visits this place frequently. I'm kind of even more worried now. Well, we'll see what comes out of that. But let's go in.
The jazz overwhelmed us. There was no band in sight, yet the music seeped from the walls like years of cigarette smoke and the smell of spilt whiskey. Behind the bar, rows of fancy bottles reflected the harmonious voices of pretty dames and the clinking of crystal glass. It was the kind of place that makes you drunk, even if you've never had a sip. A dangerous place for someone like me. No matter how alien I felt, it was strangely like coming home. Welcome to the Tsar. Well, here we are.
Mother of...
I take you to the nicest places, eh, sweetheart?
Oh, does it mean you're buying, honey?
Don't even think about it.
Oh, men these days. So, we're here to find a dame called Natasha.
I have a hunch she won't be hard to find. Let's mingle and try to avoid suspicion.
Just like always.
No, Marty, not like always. This time it's for real.
Okay. Wow, the camera actually goes around a lot. Oh, it's a horsey! I mean, am I being racist here if I say it's a horse? And a squirrel! And this kind of hawk-like creature. Awesome! I'm so excited. I mean, I just want to take it all in because it's amazing. We are actually in a fancy place. Should we, I don't know, order a nice drink or something? Ooh, movie posters. The loudest howl, he has the case. He has the girl, he has the gun. He is the Alpha. By Cassidy Lupus and Cassandra Ruby Faye. Wow.
Another Lupus movie. Jeez. Is there nothing today they're not trying to sell with this guy?
Whoa, don't be rude, Sonny. Lupus is a timeless genius. Have you seen Predator City? God, I'm still getting chicken bumps. But wait, who's that next to him?
Cassandra Ruby Faye. Nah, never heard of her.
Cassandra Ruby Faye. Oh, gods, even her name makes me go weak in the knees.
Watch your blood pressure, pal.
Don't mind me, just women and guns are my only weakness.
No shit.
Okay. So, another movie poster. Bogan and Bandicoot. The Big Sheep. Is there a passionate kiss happening, or what's going on in this poster?
You think this is one of those movies where the femme fatale gets everything in the end and the poor detective's left stranded?
Yep, just like life.
Another poster. Poodle Turmoil Shiny. Murder My Tweet. Great.
Ooh, I've seen this. Hicks Poodle plays a private eye, hired to look for a woman, then gets into some kind of blackmail thing that's connected to the first case, and...
Hey, Marty?
What, yeah?
I don't give a shit.
Oh. I gotta take a look at all of these posters. This Done for Hire by Veronica Kate and Robert Fodder. Larry Cougar Allen Sat. Okay. Damn, I love these posters.
Oh, I know this fodder guy. He was kind of good in Death of the Horse.
You've seen every clucking movie.
You know, Laura and I go to the movies a lot. When was the last time you went?
Exactly 12 years ago.
Whoa, you remember that precisely? Let me guess. Molly?
Yep, our very first date.
I see. What did you watch?
I don't remember. I just remember her. And nothing else.
You're a clucking poet. I mean it.
Oh, Sonny. Henchman. Okay. Who's henchman?
This guy is certainly not a gangster henchman.
Of course he's not.
Okay. Good to know. Did we take a look at everything? Yes, we did. Can we talk to these or look at these creatures? Fox fella.
A fox is a wolf who sends flowers. Oh, nothing. I read it somewhere.
Fascinating. I didn't know you could read.
Ha ha ha. Very funny.
Sonny, what's up with these burns? What else is there? The stage looks lovely. Let's take a look at it. Empty stage.
I was hoping to have missed the main event.
You're a rusty old cock, that's why.
So says the little butt jam.
But what? That's not even a word.
It is now, all because of you. You should feel honored. Butt jam.
You know, Sonny,
Jeez.
sometimes you're like an evil little child.
These roosters are gonna get into so much trouble. Big buck.
So, where the hell is Natasha?
Let's ask that stud over there with those nice gals.
That guy looks way too horny for my taste.
Oh man, your sense of humor is bad as ever.
You just need to get used to it again.
What?
So I guess we cannot talk to this person. Can we talk to one of these three?
She has pretty long legs. I mean, pretty and long legs for a squirrel, but I don't want to be prejudiced.
We're not here to stare at pretty squirrels. We're here to investigate, remember?
Sonny has a point. Bartender or...
Hey, there's Filmar.
Who? Oh, yes. Filmar. Because that's what he calls himself, right?
You know him well?
We had some seriously wild cases together, yes. Mainly in Averia, way before Clawville. Another place and another life.
Sounds good. Like the blurb of some cheap pulp fiction book.
Yeah, it was the exact opposite. But the old bird's worth saying hi to.
So this is the infamous Filmar Lowe. We heard about it in the first episode when Sonny was trying to give Miss Ibanez's case to Filmar. So it seems like he has gone by with different name before. Let's talk to him.
Well, well, if it isn't the great detective, Marlowe.
Blow me, Sonny. You know I don't use that name anymore.
Okay, Mr. Dumbass alias Filmar Lowe.
So says someone who tried to go undercover with a feather pillow mafia is a turkey. Right, Mr. Turk Cayman?
Hey, that was a long time ago. I was young.
And I stick to my principles and my stupidity. Filmar Lowe, and that's that. Don't rile me up, you old fart.
Okay, fair enough. Sorry, I'm a little clucked tonight.
I know the feeling, pal. By the way, what are you two doing here? You stick out a bit. Are you here for a good old-fashioned beating?
We stick out? Man, you look terrible. Like someone who sat on an electric pole.
Don't even ask. I feel exactly like that.
You want a case?
5 feet tall, half of that legs, angelic voice, demonic eyes, just the usual.
Oh, boy.
And you?
Something like that. Just don't know the exact numbers yet. A dame named Natasha. She called us here. If I'm not mistaken, the joint is hers.
Yeah, she owns the joint, amongst others. Well, good luck, guys. That broad has a reputation. She's not the kind to toy with, if you know what I mean.
Any useful information?
For free?
Stop clucking around, Filmar.
All right, but just because of the old days. Look for me after you've talked to her. You wouldn't understand what I have to say about her before then. Don't leave unless you're thrown out, in which case, you know the drill. We don't know each other, I'll deny you in a blink.
Good to see you too, old pal. We'll be back.
Interesting. The plot thickens. And that was Eben Whistler. Okay, so the henchman was there for Eben. A dame with Eben.
That woman with Ibn. I think I know her from somewhere.
Maybe in your dreams, pal.
Let's take a look
Isn't
at
that-
Eben.
Yes, it is. The great Ibn Wessler, in the flesh. So much for our incognito.
Oh,
You think
no.
he noticed us?
Only if he's not entirely blind.
Great.
Damn. Fancy whiskey.
Look, Sonny, I know it's not my place, but Laura's father went to that guy when his, problems had gone too far.
You're treading on thin ice, Marty.
No, Look, fellas at the station are talking, All kinds of things. Moses, Plato, Bosco, and the others?
Talking, eh? About what? About why Blood Boil took my badge? About what an untrustworthy alcoholic wreck I am?
Look, I'm sorry, it doesn't matter.
Good, and let it stay that way.
At least we're cracking this one together, yeah?
Sure, Marty.
Okay, so Marty does care and Marty does see what's going on with Sonny.
2 whiskeys, kid, and no horsing around.
I've never heard that one before. Sonny, you gotta drive, you know?
Yeah, you're right, Marty. Hey, Longface, give me a glass of tap water too, okay?
Yes,
Sonny!
sir. Coming right up. That wasn't exactly what I meant.
No. Sonny, do not drink and drive. That is not okay. So we have this new bottle of whiskey.
Come to daddy, darling.
I wonder where we are gonna be using it.
Calling booze darling, it's kind of weird, don't you think?
Says someone who calls his gun collection his harem.
Touché. I'll shut it.
Good birdie.
Okay, so let's take a look at our notebook. Clues. We have one new clue. Good old Filma must know something about Natasha that could be important for the case, but he won't talk until I meet her. He seemed a bit nervous. It must be something really significant. Okay. People. Name, Filma Lowe, species, falcon, gender male, special feature, an absolutely average forgettable guy, and my old acquaintance from Averia. Okay, so they know from way back. Personal info. Filma, the name he goes by nowadays. It's an old comrade from before Cloville times. He's one of the best private eyes in the city, and just like the most of them, he gets into trouble with the law pretty often. Yet he's one of the very few people who can still be trusted in Cloville. Codex. The Cloville Chronicle. The Cloville Chronicle is the most read and highest quality newspaper in the city. It's so famous that it's also being read beyond Cloville's borders, and not just in the colonies. This was the paper that first published an article about the 2 heroic roosters, aka the Chicken Police. The article was written by Timothy Saltwater, the seagull journalist who has since become somewhat of a legend himself. Interesting, the history is beginning to be revealed for us. And our stats are getting up little by little. We still got the greenhorn rank. So let's take a look at if we have checked out everything in here. I really don't want to talk to, even if I can avoid it. Let's check out the stage again. Will the show begin soon?
What is it, butt jam?
Nothing, old fart.
Oh, you boys, come on. What can we do in here? These are the only creatures we can interact with. Can we talk to Filmar some more? But he said that we should talk to Natasha first. I guess we have no other option but to speak to Eben. I don't want to, damn.
Just act nonchalant, my friend.
No, it can't be.
What now?
Is that Olivia?
No, Marty.
Hey, Olivia.
Are you talking to me?
It's me, Marty McChicken.
Damn.
Oh, God.
What a pleasant surprise. The rooster copper's in person.
Chicken police. But yeah, Mr. Wessler, you could say so. The name's...
Sunny Featherland, of course, of course. Chicken police. Your partner is, he is,
Marty McChicken, sir. I just introduced myself to your lady companion seconds ago.
Oh yeah. I'm so happy to see you.
Hello, boys.
So, to what do we owe this pleasure, gentlemen?
Yeah, so, we were, just in the neighborhood, and...
Cut the crap, Marty. All right, we're here for your sweetheart, Natasha.
What?
Oh,
Why? No,
I
Sonny,
see.
no.
No big
Why?
deal. Just a blackmail thing. You know, horrifying threats written on the wall with blood red paint, the usual stuff. You must be familiar with this kind of thing.
Oh, yeah,
Sonny.
indeed. It's, nasty business. But I didn't know Natasha hired a detective because of this simple matter, but to be honest, I understand. I would have taken matters into my own hands, you see. But I'm kind of busy.
Mr. Wessler had a meeting with Attorney General Hamtaro yesterday, so he's rather tired. If you would excuse us.
Oh, dear Olivia, it's okay. These gentlemen are just doing their job, right? And if I've heard correctly, they're notoriously thorough. So, how can I help you?
We've got a few questions, if you don't mind.
I'm at your service.
But now he knows Natasha hired us. We have completely ruined our cover and revealed our employer and... Like, why do these roosters make these decisions? Why? But I guess we have no other option besides to question Eben now that we completely gave away the secret problem his lady friend had. I guess we have no other option. Sonny Marty, I'm disappointed. Let's quickly take a look at our codex or notebook. We have some new information about people, about Eben. Personal info. Name, Howard Eben Wessler. Species, rat. Special feature, good-looking, charismatic, and a clocking gangster. He's been acting quite strange recently. Yeah, we read that already. So, what's going on? There was no new info. I at least don't think so. But we have new information about Olivia. Name, Olivia Blackwig. Species, grow, gender, female. Special feature, unusually tall and slim for a crow. She's quiet and mysterious. Personal infos. Olivia is currently Eben Wessler's assistant and escort. Finding out whether there's anything other than a working relationship between Mrs. Crow and Mr. Rat could prove valuable. Okay, so what else is there? Can we do anything else besides question Eben?
Just one more thing, Filmar.
I see you haven't changed a bit.
Do you think we're walking into a trap? You always had good instincts.
You know, I couldn't figure out this Natasha woman, even when I worked for her.
Then the trouble is bigger than I thought.
Just take care of yourselves, and don't leave your guns out of reach.
Oh, that's never happened.
Yeah, this crazy cock even sleeps with his.
You're welcome to the club, Brother Bird.
Take care, Phil.
You too, old fart.
So why is Mr. Filmar Lowe still here? I'm losing words here. let's ask those questions next. Zarklop.
Nice bunker you got here.
Well, thank you, but it's not mine. Not anymore. But I'm sure you already know that. Listen, detective. If you want to know something, please ask straight, huh?
All right, Mr. Wessler, let's make this a bit more professional.
Mr. Whistler.
I'm not as exciting as people tend to believe. I grew up in a poor family of many siblings. I'm the only one still alive, unfortunately. My career started with a shoe store, and now, here I am.
I wouldn't call that an average life. Shoe store owner to mob boss.
How dare you speak to Mr. Wessler like that?
Leave it, Olivia, dear. It's just provocation.
I'm sorry if I offended you, Mr. Wessler. Shall we talk about something else?
Louis C. Hayworth. This is gonna be interesting.
Everybody knows Mr. Hayworth. He's an antique piece of furniture in this city, so to speak.
Only a bit worn out.
It's not my fault that he's so much in debt, detective, but the name of his family still rings quite loud in Clawville.
Is that still worth anything?
The name is just their name, of course, but the man behind the name is another matter, Mr. Featherland.
You're a pragmatic rat.
Thank you.
So he's in debt. Good to know.
Look, detective, if you want to know something, just ask.
All right, Mr. Wessler.
Olivia.
Has your assistant been working for you long?
Are you talking about me?
Yes, I'm talking about you, ma'am.
Let me answer your question then. I've been in Mr. Wessler's employment for 6 months. Why do you ask?
Oh, just routine questioning, you know. Most of them aren't good for anything. Just killing time.
It sounded rude to me.
Yeah, please forgive her, detective. Olivia's a real firecracker.
Okay, so let's question him next, since we can.
Wessler's a tricky guy. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about him, so I have to be cunning. I can't just pin him against a wall. Yet.
How did you feel when you heard about the blackmail? And our impressions are tricky and our detective meter is not doing well. But let's see what we can do with this.
How did you feel when you heard about the blackmail?
Honestly, I found it ridiculous.
And now?
Now I'm kinda interested. But I wouldn't call it blackmail yet. They're just empty threats. There were no demands.
Good point.
Thank you. Are we done?
No, not quite.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Okay, so tricky and mistrustful. And options are, why didn't you just call the police, or you seem a very busy man? May I ask what you do? Okay, he looks pissed off. Do you see what he does with his eyes? He's like, clock off, Sonny.
Why didn't you just call the police?
Huh? Why? What would have been the use of that? A few messages aren't enough for a case. You should know that.
Harassment makes for a case. So do threats.
Who were you trying to convince, Sonny, huh? They would have laughed in my face. Anyway, you know, the police station. Once I set foot in there, I'm not coming out again.
Your lawyers are too good for that, Ibn.
Yeah, I guess you're right, chicken.
Chicken. Okay, impressions. Tricky, mistrustful, and secretive. And our detective meter is going down. So these are our two options.
Why would anyone have reason to blackmail your girlfriend?
I don't know, maybe because she's my girlfriend?
You think that's enough?
It's plenty enough.
Good point.
Oh, are you finally getting to a point? Or do you really want to dig around in my private life? Because, people who do that end up in the alley, if you catch my drift.
Very much so, Mr. Wessler. Wessler is tougher than I thought, and he's secretive. It's time to Gently beat around the bush.
Do you spend a lot of your time here? Were there any similar incidents in Natasha's past? Are you and Natasha close? Don't you find these messages dangerous? Wow, some of these questions are really personal, and we should not antagonize this person because they are dangerous. So I'm gonna go with this option. Yeah.
Were there any similar incidents in Natasha's past? I mean, threats, blackmail, enemies or insane fans, psychopath pianists, perhaps.
I don't know about enemies, but she's a celebrity. A star shining bright in Clawville's night sky. Do you understand? She gets endless fan mail. It could be anybody. I wouldn't overreact.
Natasha doesn't feel that way.
I've noticed.
So, is everything alright between you and Natasha? Do you think one of her fans is the culprit? Or start talking straight, Wessler. There's no point in wasting each other's time. And we found out that he's also quick-tempered. Our detective meter has gone slightly a bit more upwards, but this is tricky questioning. This is not going to be easy with this person. They have clearly many secrets, and they are not that easy to read.
Do you think one of her fans is the culprit? Someone who can't take rejection, maybe?
Why not? It's quite common.
It's a typical motive, indeed. Any ideas who it could be?
Yeah. Attorney General Hamtaro is obsessed with Natasha. But he's, more like the kiss on the hand, flowers bowing type. Throwing bricks through the window is not his style. I can't think of anybody else. Or rather, I can think of everybody else. About half the city, actually.
I get it.
Okay, our detective meter went up with that. The mob boss and the pussycat A, how did you even meet? Have there been similar interests, similar threats in the past? Or would you be willing to testify at the station? I don't think you would be willing to testify at the station. Perhaps we should ask about the past.
Have there been similar threats in the past?
Right to the point, yeah? Yeah, I get it. But sadly, this is a dead end, my friend. No threats like these, whether you believe it or not.
Well, it really seems like a dead end, so I'll just back up and try from a different angle.
You do that.
Would you be willing to testify at the station or the mob boss and the pussycat? Yeah. The first option.
Would you be willing to testify at the station?
You're joking, right?
Maybe I can get you an invitation. Believe me, you'd love it. The coffee's good, but the chairs are kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah, you have a peculiar sense of humor. It doesn't work.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Okay, so Natasha feels like she's in great danger, yet she's still going out alone, or is she completely alone when she's there at the weekend? Our detective meter went down, but such is life. I'm gonna choose the first option here.
So Natasha feels like she's in grave danger, yet she's still going out alone.
Yeah, I know what you're getting at. But I'm 100% sure of her loyalty. She's gone out very rarely since this started, and mostly in my company. Yeah, you know, I'm not sure if you do, but, in our social circles, banquets and dinners are frequent.
Burn.
Illegal gambling nights.
You got me there. Yeah, you're right. Natasha is crazy about the roulette wheel.
Always putting it all on the red, right?
Yeah, you're a real rotten bastard, Sonny. Although, yeah, always on the red. Yeah, right.
So, can we meet your lady?
I don't see why not. But first, please, listen to her sing. She's on soon.
So she's always putting everything on the red, or betting everything on the red. And she's part of illegal gambling nights. Could someone there be the center of these threats? I don't know. But we got decent cop rank again. And we got our important clue. Eben's trying very hard to change the subject when it comes to the threats. He obviously knows more than he's willing to tell.
Thank you for your time. We'll be seeing you.
I have no doubt about that, unfortunately.
Hey, we should grab a coffee or something, Olivia.
No,
You know,
don't try it.
for old time's sake.
Pleasure to meet you, gentlemen. Goodbye.
Oh.
Martin,
Please
you're
take a seat.
impossible.
The show's gonna start soon.
Sonny. Sonny.
Chloe's still lying in my bed, and it's dead.